Jesus Freak here. Last day of 2024. Sometimes I wish I didn't live in such interesting times. Anyway, I've noted that I had something happen a few months ago that ruined my senses of taste and smell. I brought this up as something, just not right. And most of the senses has come back, but sometimes I detect something that's just still wrong, and I don't know how to describe it. It's like, well, Portage Road. What are you going to call this smell? I call it corrupted neurons. What I think happens is that something got messed up and nerves in my nose and on my tongue are sending a scrambled message to my brain. My brain doesn't know what to do with it, and the result is gobbledygook. I don't know what could have caused it. My best guess is that maybe while I got away with COVID and didn't otherwise get affected, it could have affected that, sort of long COVID without the short COVID. I don't know. It's a mystery. Well, like I said, most of it's gone. It's just sometimes I still smell something. I have no idea what it is, and I can't describe it. But I've heard said, some things change when you hit 44. That's kind of arbitrary, but I'm less than a month from 45, so I'm starting to show it too. Anyway, I ran into a Jesus Freak on a retro computing Discord I follow. And we had a difference of interpretation that I hadn't thought of. I always understood, or that, physical relations between anything or anyone weren't even a thing until after the fall. I mean, some people say, well, God did say, be fruitful and multiply, blah, 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 but from my understanding, there was no need for any of that. There was exactly, everything was exactly as it should be in the garden. No more or of this, no more, little of this. It was exactly as it should be. There was no need for sex. And I've always understood that, this kind of stuff didn't happen until the fall. And it appears that this was actually a common idea in Eastern Orthodoxy early on. But not really so much heard of outside of that. That and they pointed to the whole thing where Jesus said, there's no marriage or whatever, or in heavens, by the process with which we become co-creators with God. This is how I think they tried to explain it. By the process with which we become co-creators with God, we have children in our image. They have children in their image, etc. But in the perfect world, there's only one creator, and that's God. And there's no need for marriage because there's no need for sex. And sex doesn't exist because there's no point for it. Being perfected would go on beyond that. I think that's how they were trying to understand this. And that seems to jive with how I've seen things. There's another idea, and it's fringe and mainly associated with Branhamism, which is a cult, that the fall wasn't actually the result of eating a fruit, but some sort of forbidden knowledge obtained physically. Now, that's fringe. I don't think any normal Christians actually believe that. I don't even think that's common even among Catholic or Orthodox. Never mind, the rest of us. But I mean, it's not an idea that's alien to Christianity. It's just, can't imagine too many people outside of Branhamism actually believe that. Though apparently there are some in the Church of Rome who do. We'll have to figure, can't build a doctrine on what's not spoken of in Scripture, but I don't think it's wrong to hypothesize about those things. As long as you understand that that's all it is. You're hypothesizing. You're theorizing. You're not actually saying that, you can't say this is how it is because you don't know that. And we can't know that. But it's just like science. You look at the data and you come to a conclusion. Maybe this conclusion's wrong. If you can test it, then it's science. If you can't, then it's just philosophizing. So, you have to wonder, spend most of the day alone today and tomorrow once I get back from the cash machine. I'm not buying anything or anything like that. It's like I don't have to. I grabbed a couple things yesterday, but didn't need to get anything else, I go out on Thursday, grab a few things. I have to do anything today or tomorrow. Jesus freak out.